Hey everybody, it's Rob from Flailthroughs. This is Gundam Battle Operation 2, and this is a request from Duo Scythe, who wanted a mobile suit of my choice in the colors of the Nirvash Type 0 from Eureka 7. I went with the R-Jarja because the basic body type reminded me of the Jarja, especially the shoulders, which do have shoulder shields somewhat similar to the Jarjas, so that's what I went with. The color system was not quite flexible enough to get it as close to the Nirvash as I envisioned it being, but I don't think it came out badly, so I think it looks pretty good. The R-Jarja is, of course, a raid, which has an interesting beam rifle, which is both a chargeable and E-Pack beam rifle, which, interesting combination. It has some relatively fast loading missiles that can be fired while boosting. It has a beam saber and it has a heat bayonet on its rifle. So it also has a skill which gives heavy damage reduction to those shoulder thingies, and when it boosts it puts them in front of it. So it's an interesting case study in how raids work, and this round was recorded before the big raid changes that were supposed to happen with the most recent patch. So this thing may be really frightening now, but we will find out. Either way, it's still pretty good. So yeah, it will lead with those shoulder things and use them as shields as it moves in. So I am going to fire missiles and hope to get that pilot. I did not do so, but that is a gun cannon detector, which means it has no evasive maneuver that will keep it from being killed when I move in. And it has the Jarja has the Gans thrust as actually I guess it's more of the Garibaldi Alpha thrust for its downswing, which means it's a little bit linear, but you can do a lot of damage with that. So it's quite strong, and I had forgotten that. It's another one like the Dom Barrage I ran the other day that it was just nice to get reacquainted with and remember that I really do enjoy using this. So it took me a while to get a good round with it because, man, just this night, I was playing late at night, and just the late night crowds and I frequently do not mesh. And we were just not all staying in the same place. We were not coordinated. We were not really thinking of the game in the same way, I don't think. And that got frustrating and painful for everybody, but me, I am definitely part of everybody, so I just managed to sweep down and rain death upon this gun cannon detector successfully, but I am not going to live much longer after it because there's 3 enemies here, and they have decided after I killed their support that they want my head. And once 3 people decide they want to kill you, they're going to kill you. I sent sorry because, yeah, I think somebody got into that middle of that mess and is going to have trouble staying alive while they tried to rescue me. Luckily, the whole team is there, so hopefully it won't be too much of a thing. Thought about planning support fire, but decided that since everyone was concentrated on both teams, the best and wisest thing I could do would be get back in the fight and keep our numerical advantage high rather than go launch support fire. So that is what I'm doing. And just waiting for a good opportunity to throw some shots. So the thing about the Jarja's beam rifle is 1 charged shot will stun or 2 uncharged shots will stun. And it fires pretty quickly, as you can see. So yeah, you can stun either way. It's of course more efficient to charge it, but if you don't have time, you can still get a stun going. It's a really good weapon. And I think the Bao uses the same version. The Zissa has a similar rifle, but it doesn't use the exact same in-game model, so it doesn't work the same way. I think it's as heat-based. Same deal as the Akzaku and Hyzak, or Marasai, beam rifles. They should be the same thing, but for game purposes, they're not. And I'm moving in, looking for a good opening. Got that kill. And now I'm going to throw missiles into that corner, get some stuns, and land the big swing. Only took out a shield, but I'm at least here in the corner where I can fight and hit a bunch of things. That detector is pinned down once again, and all I have to do is land 1 shot on it, which I have done. So throwing some missiles out in the hopes of stunning that Mark II on its way in on me. It worked, but it did not continue forward, or I'd have hit it with the bayonet. But yeah, as you can see, 2 uncharged shots equals stun, Did a lot of good damage to that Mark II. Followed it up, did finally land a shot, but there's like a whole team behind me that I am neglecting to pay attention to. I should have gone through the narrow passage and then seen if I could follow up from there. Because, yeah, I just took a lot of damage, and I'm going to die. Okay, that Mark II pilot just fired its Vulcan, so I could just kill it already, so... I've been in situations where it's like, I'm frustrated, I'm not going to get away, let's just do that. Get to the respawn. Almost took out that Rick Diaz, but I think it's Rick Diaz too. But either way, didn't quite get it, but the Violent did. Violent. I keep saying Violent because that's the way it came into the game, but they finally corrected it. I swear there's one other game I've played or thing I've read where it was translated as Violent, and I can't remember where or when or what. But I swear I've seen that before. Launching support fire on the two things at the base because number 4 died, so they're not going to stick around long enough for that to work. But it's, not too bad. I can get back to the rest of the team and do something useful at least, so even if the support fire doesn't do anything good, I can go do something good instead. I'm going to follow this number 3. Thought there might be something going on at our base, but just, like I said, like I've said before, said on Twitter, don't think I've said in this round yet, besides picking something that you're familiar with and comfortable with to recalibrate yourself, one of the other ways to just get yourself back into a good mindset for playing this is just start by, if you can't stick near your whole team, if they're just spreading out like marbles on a wooden table, then the best thing you can do is make sure you're near at least one teammate at any given time. And if you can do that, you can generally get in favorable positions fighting the enemy. There's somebody back there, I'm betting it's the detector, trying very hard to keep me from killing that Mark II, and they're going to pull it off because I'm surrounded. But I need to be retreating a lot now because we have a very narrow lead and not a lot of time left. Managed to stun the Mark II, just fell a tiny bit short on the kill, and now they're all after me. I'm kind of trying to just keep them still and in the support fire because there's a lot of them here if I can just stay alive and keep them here. Mark II fell. Can I get the kill on my way out? I cannot. They have the lead, unfortunately. I have messed this up. Yep, I sent the sorry tell, but they're all chasing me. Hopefully the rest of the team can move in on them because they're fairly concentrated. No time to throw out any more support fire, not enough time to do anything when I spawn back in. So it all comes to how well my team can stay alive versus theirs. We managed to pick off a couple of them, it looks like, and we all have fairly good health. So I think we're going to make it. I don't have time to do anything at all useful, but I think we're going to make it. Yeah, so turned out very well, and I think I did fairly well with the Jarja, considering, and I think I worked fairly well with the team. So, yeah, top score of 3450, 99,962 damage. Man, it'd be nice if I'd just gotten like 37 more just to do, straight 9s across the board. But 6 and 3 is not bad. So that is going to do it for Gundam Battle Operation 2. Hope you enjoyed the round duo. And until next time, everybody take care and have fun. Later! I watched a little bit of Eureka 7 when it was on Adult Swim, which you probably figured out because I'm pronouncing it halfway correctly. Because if you haven't actually seen the show, or unless you looked up the katakana, you would not know to do that. But never did get all the way through it. Just one of those things I watched when it was on. I have so many things I need to watch. I got that copy of Dunbine I talked about a while back, and then the other day Sentai Filmworks had The Big O on sale on their website for like $27, I think it was. And I always really enjoyed that show, and it's one of those things, you haven't watched it in so long, you want to watch it again and see if it still grabs you the way it did then. But, it's just another one on the to-be-watched pile, but, if nothing else, grabbing these anime DVDs every once in a while when I can does satisfy my inner archivist. Build libraries because digital is transitive.